Hello all, welcome to Xerxez Solution. In our last session, we have discussed about how to handle the file using Python programming language. In this session onwards, we are going to discuss about how to use MySQL database systems using Python programming. As far as data is concerned, most of the data generally we try to store in the database system. There are two types of a database system like RDBMS, relational database system, and NoSQL system. Python supports for both RDBMS, you take ODBMS as well as NoSQL system. In this session, we are going to teach you how to install a MySQL database system using Windows 10 operating system. So without further ado, let's dive into hands-on session. First and foremost, what you have to do is go to your Google system. Here you type MySQL download. The moment when you hit on this, you will be hover over to their official site called mysql.com. As far as MySQL is concerned, the complete documentation is also given. This since it is very powerful and a very old database system. Okay, they have a very strong documentation system where you can learn each and every concept of database. But as far as this course is concerned, we are not concerned about what exactly MySQL system is. We will teach you how to install it and how to work with database system using Python programming language. As far as MySQL is concerned, this supports. They have promised that this is 5400x faster than your Amazon RDS, Amazon Aurora, Amazon Redshift, and 7x faster than Snowflakes. Snowflakes are coming up in the market. Okay, when you compare to the cost of ownership, it's two-third cost of RDS, obviously, Aurora, Redshift, as well as the 5 times lesser than cost as well as Snowflakes are concerned. So next, what you need to do is, suppose if you want to install, hit on downloads. Okay, hit on downloads. The moment when you hit on download, remember, the moment when you type MySQL database system download, so you will be hovered to the download page. Okay, so again you click on this here, and if you go down, you will get an option called MySQL community GPL downloads. So hit on this here. Okay, so you can see on the left corner there is an option called, since I'm using Windows 10, so there is an option called uh, installer for Windows. In the same way, there are other plenty of other options are also available connected to Python. We will try to discuss about this in the session 3 as far as the module 4 is concerned. Now next, what you have to do is hit on Microsoft installer for Windows. So here, so you can choose. Okay, by default it will be Windows only. Okay, next, you can hit on this 8632-bit installer. Okay, so hit on this. Okay, the moment when you hit on this, it will ask for you to log in if you want, if you can sign in. Okay, or else you can click on no thanks, just start my download. Okay, so the moment when you hit on this, it will give you the installer file. Now you can see the installer file got downloaded. As far as my system is concerned, it is already, MySQL is already downloaded, but I'll show you in the creamy layer how to install it. It's very simple. Like how you are installing your application program, in the same way you can install your MySQL installer also with the workbench. Okay, so click on this. So the moment when you click on, you need to give certain permission to launch the MySQL. So right now let me try to minimize this, and now you can see. Okay, so it will ask for the configuration in my case. Okay, so all these configurations I have configured. uh, Even it will ask for the add-on, etc. So what I will do, I'll just try to click on this. Next is uh, add. Okay, add. So you need to add it. Okay, now next is here there is an option called MySQL Server. If you hit on MySQL Server, there is a latest version called MySQL Server 8.0. So in my case, I'm going to use same 8.0 here. So in my case, it is already installed, remember. So what I will do for the demonstration, so in your case, what you have to do is the moment when you click on this, so just try to shift this one. Okay, so select this MySQL 8.0.28 version. Okay, the moment when you select this, it will ask you to shift it to product to be installed. Okay, so let me show you how to do it. So I have chosen this 5.7 and you can see the green mark will come like this. So shift it over this. Okay, so now that product I'm going to install it. Okay, in the same way, if you go to applications, in applications we required workbench. Workbench is to support, or let's say to work in the front end, we need workbench. So here you can select this 8.0.28. Okay, after selecting, push it over to the next. Okay, next is after that MySQL connectors. Okay, connectors. When it comes to connectors, so you can make use of any connectors like ODBS. You can choose ODBS 8.0. Let's say if you want the connector for okay, the Python, you can choose a connector Python and you can shift it over to the next level. Now you, if I, let me try to choose this one and shift it over this. So after selecting this, okay, hit on next. Okay, so next it will ask for the execute. Okay, straight away execute it. Okay, it will take little time. You can see here. Okay, it started downloading the versions. In my case, MySQL Server 8.0 I have downloaded, but even if I install this, I have the higher version. Okay, a Python connector is not yet I have connected. Same way, in place of connector, you can make use of the workbench also. Hit on next. Okay, hit on execute. Next, you can see here it started installing. uh, yeah, it almost 70% of the installation got completed as far as MySQL Server 5.7 series is concerned. When it comes to Python, you can see 50% of the installation is successfully completed. Let this get complete. After that, we will try to see how to configure our MySQL with the Python programming language. Now it is almost done now. So hit on next. Okay, so now next is ready to configure. Okay, so hit on next. Okay, so here this is very important. As far as port is concerned, I'm going to use 3.3 3306. In my case, since it is already installed, okay, so by default I cannot give the same default. That's the reason it's showing. But in your case, uh, this will be default 3306. You are going to use it. Next is development computer, obviously. So development computer I need. Next is show advanced logins. No. Okay, so this you keep as it is. Next, when it comes to the name pipeline, so you can make use of, keep this one as a MySQL only. Okay, so next, once it is done, so it will ask you to hit on next button, so the complete installation will get completed. In same way, one more thing what you can come across here is the root user. Okay, so in that cases, it will ask you to give the username, sorry, username as well as the password. So keep the username as root, and you can give the password of your choice. But remember that password. Understood? So after successful completion of that, your the MySQL server will get installed along with the workbench. So after this, after successful installation, so what you can do is, let me try to close everything. Okay, so let me try to close this also. You can go to search button and type MySQL. Okay, MySQL. The moment when you hit on this, you can see the option like MySQL Workbench 8.0. So click on this. Your workbench, the front end will get appear. So here it will first ask you to share the password. So pop-up will come immediately that you have to share the password. Next, after sharing the password, you can see the local instance on my DB. Okay, so it will click on this if password is not shared. Username is my root, and try to share the password. Okay, so let me try to share my password. One, okay, fine, then hit on OK. So right now I'm into my MySQL dashboard. So now you can see here, if you are connecting, if you are creating any database, okay, all the database repository, everything will be displayed here. The complete data you can see. There are a lot of other options are also available, like new model, query, so and so forth. In the same way, if you go to database, you can connect to the database. Okay, if it is remote databases are available, you can do it using host name, port name, root name, so and so forth. I hope you are clear. This session is kind of an assignment for you because I have covered the installation of MySQL in a creamy layer. Maybe you may find certain difficulty because of not explaining the complete installation. Uh, Try your level best, and it's very easy for of installing MySQL database system. Once everything is configured, now you can um take this, or you can use this database in your Python programming language. Okay, so if you're finding any difficulty related to installation of MySQL database, you can approach us, or you can write in the comment chat or comment box. Our representative will get back to you soon. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's try to meet in the next session.